We are back, Rangers.
And fully committing to the name. Hello again, UCF.
This is the IR podcast where we share updates on the very recent and very unsettling cryptid activity on campus. We're your hosts. I'm Mel.
And I'm Riss.
Boy, do we have some content for y'all today. It's only Tuesday and finals are coming, so grab your coffee cups and dry your tears because we're about to unload some updates. I'm sipping on my gigantic cup of cold brew as per usual, and Riss is drinking milk.
Sorry, some of us use creamer.
Atrocious. Do you want to start us off today?
Yes, ma'am, and I'm kind of excited about it.
Look at you, cryptid enthusiast.
So to catch us up to speed, things have started going missing for students all over campus. And I mean like all sorts of things. Diaries, art supplies, vapes, rip mint ice. You meant everything to my roommate. On top of that, Mel noticed that the RA checks in Libra have become borderline obsessive. And someone, or something, has been leaving these blue boxes all around campus.
Wow, that covered it.
I try.
You're doing amazing.
Any updates you wanted to add to the recap?
Two things, actually. First is about the RA check-ins.
Oh God, what now?
So, the original reason I noticed the check-ins in the first place was because it was happening a lot on my floor, only a couple doors down.
Right.
Well, I heard some things through the grapevine, aka a friend of a friend who's actually called the RA on her roommate.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
She said her roommate had turned up to their room one night with this dead-eyed look, which, to be fair, is hardly conclusive evidence.
Yeah, they could have been on something.
And that could be totally reasonable for a college student, right?
Right.
Well, she thought the same thing, but then they were chatting and she noticed that her roommate was imitating her.
I'm sorry, what?
Anything she would do, her roommate would do back at her. She'd watch her and then literally replicate her movements.
Ew, I do not like that.
She told me at some point she got so fed up, she just turned and smiled the brightest, fakest smile she could, and sure enough,
Roomie smiled right back.
Precisely the same smile. Except this time, she was determined to confirm something was off, so she said she held that smile for so long it was uncomfortable, and the roomie did the same.
Not her trying to out-weird her roommate.
I know. Eventually, she dropped the smile, and immediately so did her roommate. Said she called the RA and hasn't set foot in that room again.
I wouldn't either. The vibes are probably terrible. That's literally terrifying.
Again, this is all hearsay, but seems like a good reason to call an RA if you ask me.
And other people have been calling for the same reason?
I went to confirm with the RA and he told me that some other people on the floor had moved into different rooms because their roommates were playing tricks on them.
Playing tricks?
We do not play tricks. Umbra is not like humans. We do not have to do such petty things. We are learning.
To elaborate, and he said that they were imitating them, watching them at night, and being generally menacing.
Did I mention that I do not like that?
I'm gonna do some more digging and see if this is like a common denominator for the affected people.
What, they're all in the same creepy-ass book club?
That would actually be pretty cool. But anyways, on a lighter note, my second update is about the caches.
What the hell is a cache?
You know, the blue boxes.
I quite literally do not. Cache? Like geocaching or something?
Yes, cache. It's fun, and it rolls off the tongue better than weird blue boxes.
You are about to cache these hands.
I know damn well you didn't just make a pun on this podcast.
I absolutely did.
We really need to get back on track.
Yeah, sorry, that just sent me, but please continue. You were talking... Didn't you see a cache recently?
Yeah, I did. The most recent one was outside in one of the stairwells by the library. It was bright blue, think cotton candy.
Oof, that's a choice.
Right? And it has these weird little stickers on it. Some of them look like labels.
Does it say something on the labels?
That's the thing. They were just numbers, but for books. Kind of like coordinates, but not really.
Like coordinates, but not really is so helpful.
I don't know what they're called. It's like coordinates, but for library books.
Girl, are you talking about the Dewey Decimal System? Call numbers?
Oh my god, yes, call numbers.
For the sake of time, I'm not even going to get into the fact that you don't know that. When did you see it?
I'm pretty sure they move around every few days. I saw this one in the library this morning.
Were you able to figure out, like, anything about it?
No, I was late for class and dangerously lacking caffeine. There was no way I would have time or brain power at 10 a.m.
That's so real.
There are also these other stickers that were really weird. There was like call numbers, but then there were like other numbers on top of the box, which I'm assuming is part of like the way to find the padlock code.
Okay, so the two sets of numbers like somehow correlate?
Yes, but that's not all.
Oh god, there's more?
Yeah, the last thing was the symbol on the box. It was a sticker, but it wasn't anything I've ever seen before.
What did it look like?
Weirdly enough, it was kind of shaped like a funky water tower. I have a sketch.
Huh, I see what you mean by the water tower shape, but I think it's something else.
Like what?
I can't put my finger on it, but it's like super familiar. Maybe I've seen it somewhere before?
If only you hosted some niche podcast to share your findings when you remember something.
Ha ha. I will keep you all posted if I find any leads. We'll share this image in our socials and Discord so y'all can see it too. Maybe then you'll have better findings than me.
Perfect. That was all I had for the caches so far.
Then we can introduce our next finding, the notes.
Ooh, the notes.
Yes, there have been these strange little notes posted around campus.
These are spreading through UCF Reddit like wildfire.
They sure are. If you're an avid Reddit user like Mel here, you might have seen them. There are these strange circular symbols on them that I think might be some kind of code.
So cryptid core.
Incorrect. Once again.
Please stop trying to make cryptid core happen. It's not going to happen.
Give it its time.
Anyways, I got bored in my statistics class and started to try and crack the cipher.
I love this so much. What'd you find?
Honestly, I think I've got a good chunk of it figured out. Some of the symbols have like a similar shape to English letters. So that's what I'm going off of at the moment.
Amazing, Riss.
Thanks. One slight issue.
What's that?
Well, I started this last week in my stats notebook and I can't find it anymore.
Oh my god. The cryptid took it.
Or I misplaced it like a normal college student that they do with most things.
No, I don't believe in coincidences. You mean to tell me that you start cracking the cipher and then suddenly your notebook vanishes?
Only humans believe in fate.
Well, when you say it like that,
What if it turns up in a cache with other missing stuff?
I hope so. I really don't want to redo these stats notes.
And hopefully you won't need to. I think that kind of wraps up our findings then.
Sure does. Guys, we're really committed to getting some answers to the questions we left you with today. We figured out that the easiest way to connect with us would be through Discord or our website, which is now live for y'all to use. Join us and work with us to try to get some of these answers. We'll talk about anything you guys find in the next IR podcast.
Until next time.